Welcome, everyone, to Global Markets Radio Daily Recap. I'm your host, Andrew Spanton. No bell today. Monday, April the 9th, 2012. A little late. Better late than ever, baby. 4:20 p.m. Eastern. What a day. What a day. What an interesting day. S&P tanking at the end of the day. Tried to make a nice valiant comeback, but we got up to about 1386, I believe, 87. Couldn't hold it, baby. Could not hold it. But as bearish as this is, and this is the first close we've had below the 30 EMA this entire run, except for here. So the next 24 hours is bloody crucial. Will we never touch the lows, just like here, and just go bang up to new highs? It's possible. You know, forget about talking about what happened. Tonight is the night. Ben, burn your ass off. Head of the FOMC has a speech tonight at 7:15 p.m. Eastern, I believe. And I don't think I've anticipated a speech 7:15 p.m. Eastern that could have an impact on the market. We did have some Chinese numbers. Last night we had CPI coming out, a little hot, 3.6% versus PPI, which is down 0.3%. Now, when you look at it that way, from a sense of, well, if producer prices came in, they might be able to then not pass it on, not jack up prices, and maybe CPI will come down in the future. Japan Eco Watch sentiment, much better, 51.8 versus 46.6 on the estimate. And they had a nice current account surplus. So things going back to normal in that side of the Pacific. But you look at these S&Ps, that was really a nice sell-off at the end. Maybe someone knows something. But at the end of the day, Bernanke is going to be key. We do get some other numbers coming out. We start getting some nice numbers coming out. Happy holidays again to everyone. Whatever you're celebrating, best to you and yours. Australia, job advertisements, business confidence. MPC Posen speaking. This is all in Asia. Rick's house price balance also coming out. We got Japan. BOJ giving a decision. We know what they're going to do. But will they do more stimulus? I don't think so. Could cause the yen to strengthen on that. Chinese trade balance, although dollar yen, not impressed. Dollar yen really made a nice little comeback. Little doji. This is the 50 EMA I'm putting in there. I'm looking at it more. Certainly a nice doji. Certainly looks like dollar yen might have bottomed. And you get the S&Ps making a comeback. All the yens made a nice comeback. We'll look at those in a second. But dollar yen certainly looking interesting on the upside now. Euro looking interesting on the upside. Held. And you got the outside candle. Bang. Bullish. Would like to have seen it close stronger. Obviously, the S&P's tanked end of the day. But I think we could get another rally in this euro, maybe back up 133-ish. And then say goodnight. China trade balance should be an important number tonight also. New loans, money supply. We have French industrial production. Interesting number. They've been very good lately over there. German trade balance tonight. That's another good one. And Japan preliminary machine tool orders. Another good one. Investor confidence at the Eurozone. Leading index out of London. Oh, baby. And the U.S., we just get wholesale inventories. IBD. Lockhart speaking. That's it. So, again, the U.S. light, the world good ones. New Zealand and Canada, the only ones not. But as we said, we thought the market would rally a little bit. And again, to me, the S&Ps being so weak was just stupid. Because you get a weak jobs number like that, that should mean stocks up, more QE3, baby. And we saw that in gold. We saw that in the currency markets pretty much. Aussie Kiwi held like a rock with the S&Ps down, what, 17. So you look at this dollar index, certainly looks kind of toppy. Although, yes, I would love to have seen it hit my channel line here and then rolled over, which it still could. But I think we got a nice little wedge forming here. And we're getting close to a nice momentum move on this dollar index. Abso-freaking-lutely. Can we pull in on a stock market rally? Sure. The euro gets to 133, bada bing. And then maybe we head back up. Any close above 80, 50 to the moon, Alice. Fly me to the moon. But there's a nice little wedge forming. We need to complete the third wave of the bottom formation, and then it could get very interesting, to say the least. Dollar Canada reversed nicely. Continues to trade in this tight range. Make a decision. I'll tell you, crude going down, this Iranian situation really abating. Obama just giving in. It's going to look like a victory, but it ain't. Absolutely giving the Iranians more time to basically lie, to get more time to build a nuclear weapon. And it's going to happen, and he's to blame. But dollar Canada, as far as that's concerned, again, nice little reversal. Usually we should get followed through on the downside. I think, you sell any strength. Obviously, you want to stop yourself out above this 1050, par 50. That would be big. 3-month high. 2, 3. Just about. And any break below 98.75 would be a nice break as well. And I think you go with it. But obviously the news in Canada, very good. Numbers have been excellent. Dollar Swiss, nice little outside candle as well. Took out the highs, closed near the lows. That looks terrible. Looks like we should come in. Certainly back retest 90.50. Again, the news was bad. Last I checked, the news was bad. Bad, which means Bernanke has to do something. Risk on, print more money, print. And I'll tell you, the time the market's really going to tank is when you get that 350 print, when you get that 400,000 new jobs created in the month print. Then the Fed's got to raise rates. Then it's over. Once the worm is turned, but this has been a gradual recovery in jobs. Yeah, Bernanke warning you that it wasn't to his liking. So that's when bond yields are going to explode. But you get this 200,000 crap. Remember, 150,000 a month coming to the workforce. Net, I believe, net of people retiring, dying, what have you. Birth-death ratio, but still. The economy is doing okay. Any shock to the economy, any major geopolitical, geothermal, whatever, Katrina type event would not be, the economy could not handle it. So I think this jobs number proves that the U.S. really isn't doing great. Wednesday beige book, look out for that, because that's not going to be great either. Maybe it's going to be good. But I'm telling you, until you start seeing big jobs numbers, I mean, 350, 2 months in a row, wow. Holy crap. We're humming. Then it's over. Then the market's going to melt. But until then, bad numbers should be good. The Bernanke put. So let's see tonight if that Bernanke put means something. Let's see if he mentions he has other tools at his disposal, like Operation Twist. But maybe he's got something new to tell us. Maybe he's got a new one. Can you imagine? Listen, he looks at the S&P. Trichet did. He does. He's looking at this chart, and he's saying, uh-oh, I better do something. And if he doesn't, he's a moron. if you're going to play this game, you got to play it right. As my dog agrees. But lots of good numbers tonight again. Dollar yen looks like it reversed. All the yens look like they reversed. Sterling looked like they reversed. We should get nice follow-through. I mean, these are hammers across the board. I am nervous that the S&P has collapsed. And those of you that don't understand the correlation between the S&P futures and the dollar, you really should look at some charts. Because I've got a couple of emails from people saying, why do you focus on the S&Ps? Why do you focus on the S&P so much? Who cares? You got to be kidding. Gold, up nicely. Looks like we should pop more in gold. You got to look at all of them. Gold, oil, copper, dollar index, S&P futures, 100%. Gold looks like it wants to pop more. Crude, though, looks terrible. I think crude, the Iranian premium could be starting to come out. And if the base book is terrible, the global economy is tanking or not doing as well, oil's in trouble. I tell you. And, Barack Hussein Obama wants to get reelected. And he knows if he could tank oil somehow, he could put money in people's pockets, and he appears to solve the Iranian situation. And Egypt even could be saved. Suleiman back in the race. That's a good thing. I'm telling you, he's biding his time. He's telling everyone, please, let me get elected first. I'll do whatever you want. But do what I want now. Give me some public policy wins. Diplomacy wins. So I can get reelected. It's going to make me sick hearing the ads from President Barack Obama, how great he's been in foreign policy, when in reality, he's been a disaster. An absolute disaster. And don't even get me started. But looking at the Aussie, almost an outside candle. Not that impressive, but again, if the S&Ps pop on Bernanke, risk on, they held up great. But you get a meltdown. Let me tell you, we break through 102.50, you get Bernanke not delivering. Say goodnight. I mean, say freaking goodnight. I'll say it again. Say goodnight. This Aussie will collapse. S&P's break through 1373. That opens up 1350. Easy. So I think you really got to be nimble tonight. Sterling held. Even closed above previous day highs. Got to be nimble, though. And I think all you need is some new program. All you need is any indication of possible QE3. All you need is anything that dismisses the hawks. Maybe he talks about the hawks. Overreaction. Who knows? This Kiwi looks like it wants to explode. Talk about a wedge. It's one nice looking wedge. Boom. Boom. It's not perfect, but it looks good. It looks like it wants to explode. So obviously if the futures are up, risk is on. I'm buying the crap out of this. Hell yeah. We break through 82.75, 83. Houston, we have liftoff. And, it also makes for a great turnaround Tuesday. What if he doesn't deliver? But it certainly wasn't bad. It wasn't hawkish in any way. But maybe it wasn't as dovish or QE3-ish as the market's expecting. Because I think part of the market is looking for him to be very, look at the S&Ps and deliver. So there'll be a sell on the news if he's neutral. He's concerned about the jobs market, but the economy's still okay. We're here. If the economy double dips, we're going to do QE3, something like that, but nothing in the near term. Don't forget, I believe the program ends in June for bond purchases, so you need to reload. So that should be interesting. But again, the yens all look like they reversed. Look at this, hit the 50. Tweezer bottom, Kiwi yen. And you look at other ones like Euro Canada, continued a little bit higher. But this Canadian dollar explodes. It's going to be a nice sell into this. Yeah, it was up a little bit, but we pop. Look for a nice turnaround Tuesday. Looking for a break of this channel line here, 129. Risk on. Canada to the moon. Say bye-bye. And even Loonie yen. looks very interesting on the long side. Risk back on, baby. Now again, follow me on Twitter, Voice of Forex. You could follow me on Facebook, Voice of Forex. Pound Aussie, looking kind of toppy. Looks like it wants to come in. Again, any real S&P explosion, gold to the moon on Bernanke, I would think all these trades, this one to the downside. Risk on means buy Aussie, Kiwi, Canadian across the board. Hell yeah. That Luna yen looks very good. Now again, all bets are off. Even Aussie Kiwi, I'm thinking maybe could have bottomed out a little bit. We get down to 125 tonight. I think this channel line is going to hold. I'm looking for a nice turnaround Tuesday in this thing. Once again, missed the last couple of 100 pips. Gave up on it around here. Love this trade. If you've been a follower of my show, you know we've been very bearish on this trade. And again, if we come in more, that should mean New Zealand to the moon. So this pound Kiwi, I think this thing could be a nice roll. This thing is rolling over, arcing, closing below the EMAs. Still closed below it. I got to tell you, I think this thing collapses. Kiwi looks so darn good. You get Bernanke delivering tonight, this is the one you want to sell. Hell yeah. And even Euro Sterling happens to look good. So again, if you have any questions about my premium service, remember I have Premium Junior. That means you get emails with research from some major banks, a newsletter that costs money. I'm not naming who it is, obviously. You know who I'm talking about. And my daily trade recs. And my premium Twitter access to it. Remember, Voice of Forex is free. GFX Premium is not. All for $50 a month. I even have a yearly price also. So, again, I got two kinds of premium. Premium with the chat room, premium without. Email me, info@globalfxllc.com to find out. Euro Sterling looks like it wants to pop. I think it eventually melts down, but for now, German trade balance might be decent. Maybe some nuts, maybe some good news comes out of Europe. I see more things on the horizon at the end of this month when it comes to the Eurozone. So we could have a couple of decent news that'll have minimal impact, but enough to pop the futures, pop the euro. So I think this Euro Sterling, I could see a nice bounce tonight. All right, everyone. Feel free to email me once again, info@globalfxllc.com. Andrew Spanton, Global Markets Radio, the only voice you'll ever need. Oh, baby, who truly loves to make you money. Have a good night. Get ready, Bernanke, 7:15. Market moving event. Bye-bye.